Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another recap of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 6, Episode 18 from the Blindeside. So let's get into it. So not really much was going on in this episode, but let's just say some things were said and some people didn't like how it was took. So let's get into it. For the most part, for this episode, it took place at Jordan's house. So, of course, y'all already know Gary was introduced to Andy as if a first-time person. And let's just say, I know Andy was fuming on the inside, trying to play it up like, you don't know me? Like, why you didn't say nothing? And once Sabrina and Danny found out, oh, you already know Danny was not trying to hold back from nothing. She was about to let it loose up on them like, oh, Gary, okay. And then she was like, Gary, come here. Let me holler at you for a second. And then he was just like, you could tell he was like, almost like he was about to poop his pants because you can see how nervous and tense he was. He was just like, okay, I'm coming. So then all the girls went inside. And then all the boys came inside. They brought the food and stuff inside. Come to find out, there's a girl on the couch. And she got a baby bump. And that's Jordan's sister. She's with Gary. They've been together for 3 years. Oh, that totally makes sense. Do y'all remember that episode? I think it was like in season 3 or 4. When Andy was still at her house before he bought her the penthouse, and they got into an argument, and then he called up the girl. Maybe that was her. What? Maybe that was her. So, I mean, it makes perfect sense, but still, come to find out, Gary basically was dating three girls at the same time. His wife, Jasmine, Andy, and what's that girl's name? Nicole, Stephanie, Nikki, whatever, Jordan's sister at the same time. Like, wow. 3 years. That's how long him and Andy were together. Come to find out, he bought her a car. He bought her an apartment. And she tried to downplay like anybody who likes a Rolls Royce is just doing it for attention. Andy, she's like a high caliber person, so she likes all like the materialistic stuff. So it just puts her in a different tax bracket. I don't know about being for attention, but people like what they like. Like, what the heck? Some people like to be cheap. Okay. Some people like to have money and have the nice things. That's their preference. Like, you can't knock somebody for being how they want to be. Like, but anyways, let's get back to the story. So, meanwhile, at this time, the boys, they noticed that the food was burning, so they all went back outside. And this time, the girls came in to have a little girl talk. And that's when, I guess, George's sister let everything know. Like, this was up. Me and Gary... Well, I'm not sure if they did that before or after. But anyways, they all know now that they're engaged. That Gary's engaged to her. And that they're expecting a little girl. That is just fuming Danny's, like, anticipation to just spit out the truth. Like, and Andy's at the point, she was like, listen, I can't do this. I do not want to do this to her. She's another pregnant girl. And it just don't feel right doing that to another black person. So at the end... yeah, I think she overheard them talking, and nobody knew that she had came back, and she was like, what the heck is going on? And Danny was just like, she gotta know. It's like, regardless how you may feel about the situation, she gotta know, because you gotta know that your man is two-timing you and two-timing every other person in the daggone Atlantic City. Like, I mean, not Atlantic City, but Atlanta. But, like, come on, make it make sense. Like, you're not putting two together. You don't see how standoffish Andy's acting towards you. Like, she not even giving you no eye contact. That right there should have been a red flag. Like, what's going on between them two? It's not making sense. But anyways, that's not brought to the light. Moving right along. Maurice, and his whole situation about men. Calvin decided to, like, give him a little pep talk to give some more pep in his step. Also decided to lend a hand to, like, find somebody nice and wholesome. So they were gonna get ready to go out tonight and see how that goes. Moving right along. Zach and Fatima, they go to check on little Michael, even though they want to just take him from the home. And definitely, which I'm here for it, but at the same time, they don't want to get into a worse situation than what they is. So they pull up to the crib, they sit there contemplating and stuff like that. Then eventually, Fatima was like, let's go check on him. So they get out the car, and the neighbor, she was like, they're not here. They haven't been here all day. Like, so Fatima was like, do you got my card? She was like, yeah, I got your card. So I guess, Black people are kind-hearted when it comes to certain situations. So Zach was like offering an olive branch, like, okay, if you see anything, just let me know. But here's some money, like, for your time and your troubles. She thought that was like an insult. And then she was trying to chastise him. And he was like, listen, I'm sorry. Fatima was like, he's sorry. He didn't mean to buy it. He's like, I'm sorry. I apologize numerous times. And then at the end, if they're about to go back, walk in the car, she was like, let me get some of that money. You just did a whole lot of nothing for nothing. And, like, you still wanted the money, even though you felt as if it was an insult, but you still took the money in the end. I would have been like, okay, thanks for your time. And I really appreciate it. Like, girl, I thought you got your own money. Where your money at? Why you acting for his money now? Make it make sense. But anyway, that's the whole debacle, whatever. Zach and Fatima, they get home. And yeah, later on that night, I believe, in the middle of the night, Fatima is woken up out of her sleep, and the neighbor calls, and she was like, listen, there's a whole bunch of ambulance and stuff like here. Y'all need to get over here real quick. So, of course, Fatima wakes up Zach, and, all hell about to break loose now because, yeah. I believe that, I missed the part. I swear I be missing the part when it comes to her, because it's like, she's really not that important to me right now at this point of the season, because my focus ain't really on her. So, like, everybody else be thinking in the comments or whatever, stuff like that. Oh, Karen, she calls Pam. Basically, she wants Cam to be her little lapdog. Like, I understand help, but now you just running her ragged. Like, you want her to do this, you want her to do this, you want her to do this. But before we get to that, the contractor came to Karen's house. I think he liked her. Like, even though he got a wife and 7 kids, I think he might want to try to pursue her. Just Pam not up to his caliber. But anyways, so he goes to the house and shows her the estimate of what the stuff is supposed to be like, how much it's supposed to cost. But at the same time, she ain't got no money, but how she got the money? Unless she really gonna ask Andy for the money, but we gonna see. So he tells her this is the lowdown. It might take about 5 months. Around this time, she should be about, 7-8 months, about ready to pop. So she gets that. She was like, okay, we could probably work this out. He was like, all right, that's cool. And then he was like, I know you're a single mom. And she was like, how you know that, Pam? So he's like, okay, that's cool. I got tips, clothes, shoes, whatever you need. Just let me know. And call me up or whatever. He's like, okay, that's cool. Right, go on about your day. So she calls Pam. And then she wants Pam to go to the store to get all this stuff. And then Pam was just like, what do you want me to do this for? She was like, just come on. You said help. So basically, Pam's help is not Karen's help. So they had 2 definitions of help. So anyways, eventually them 2 got off the phone. Karen texts her the list of everything she needed to pick up. She goes to pick up the stuff. And then she calls Karen back, so like, I got everything off your list. And she was like, so what do you need this for? She's like, well, this is exactly what I called you to talk about. So then come to find out, Karen wants Pam to call all the clients and see if they could pull up to her house so they could start doing business. So that way she's not out of no money, because right now she's out of money, okay? No shop, no money. So that was that. Yeah, I think this is this episode in a nutshell. Definitely. I totally think this is this episode in a nutshell. From the blind side. Like, it's so many, like, stuff just do. Because now we got the whole Gary and his fiance situation with Andy. Like, everybody gonna find out the tea in next week's episode? I'm curious. Then we gotta see what's really happening with baby Michael. Like, come on now. Right there, those 2 right now are my focus, and that's kind of what I want to see happen. But how everything transpires with Gary, if Danny really stands on her 10 toes and just let everything be out and known. Like, Andy got to stop being so scary. Like, listen, yes, I used to date him, and what else? So what? This is what he did to me. This is what, you better be on your P's and Q's. Like, as a woman, you would have pulled her to the side and said all this, like, not all the whispering and stuff behind the back. But I totally get it. You don't want to do that because she's pregnant, but still, that's a part of being an adult. You gotta put on your big girl panties and toughen it up and just like see what the repercussions of the situation is gonna be about. Like, girl, you may not like it, but at the end you'll be more respected for being told the truth instead of being sneaky behind my back situation. You found out like, well, dang, you knew, why you didn't say nothing? Yep, that's how them situations be. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. Hopefully I didn't leave out anything, but if I did, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see y'all next week. With that being said, bye.